let's do this 30 before 30. I previously filmed the 30 before 30 that I made in 2018, and now I'm doing one that I am now making in 2020. This is my 30 before 30 list. I do know that I have 3 years and 3 months in order for me to finish this list, but I believe in myself. I feel like I got this, you know? I can figure this one out. I really do want to mention, because like I filmed that one and now I'm filming this one. I cannot believe that 4 years ago when I was 22, yeah, 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 I was 22. No, I wasn't. How old am I now? 26, right? 26. And 2018 is 4 years ago. I know that I'm right. I know I'm right. I got my numbers mixed up because I was like, wasn't I 22 during the pandemic? No, I was 20. It's 20, 23, 20. I was 23, 2024. I was 24 in the pandemic. I'm done doing math. No, Janae's brain is not working. I was definitely 24. I just had my birthday. Okay, we're back on track. We're back on track. Okay, Jesus. Jesus. Anyways, I can't believe that when I was 22, I thought I was gonna be married by the time I'm 30. I wish I was married before the time I'm 30. We'll see. We'll see who's gonna come in clutch. I only plan on getting married once, so y'all better come do what to come through, okay? Anyways, let's start filming this 30 before 30 before I get confused with math again. Alright, so I wrote this one down. The other one was on my laptop. Now let's go. I want to make a living doing what I loved. I already explained in the last video. I want to be a writer. I want to content create. I love doing both. They are creative and really fun projects, and I want to make a living doing that for forever. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't have any further explanation. I want to get published, obviously, you know, on par. I have another one. Oh, I want to have a successful writer, content creator business. Successful and lucrative. I don't know how I can stress enough how much I want to make coin, dinero. I want to make money doing what I love. I want to get back into film and photography. I used to love film and photography back when I was in high school and a little bit into college, but a lot of outside forces got in the way of my inside forces, and so I wasn't very creative. I didn't go on the creative and fun little trips that I used to. I remember back in the day, meaning again high school, I used to go on like fun little solo trips that I specifically just went on to like take pictures. I loved going to the museum. I loved going on like walks across the bridge or finding new and like creative artsy fartsy things for me to do, because that just like brought me a lot of joy, and I want to get back into that person who had joy just like, you know, going on these cute little trips. But now that I'm older, I also kind of want to do like day trips to like different places. Like I can go up to Boston, or I can go to Washington, or I can do like just stuff like that. I can go on cute little day trips where I can go and see like different museums, different exhibits. I think that'll be really cool. And back tying into film and photography, I can record it all. I can do like really cool shots, and like post a lot more on my Instagram. I had a lot of anxiety get it in the way of like creating and doing the things that I really enjoy, and I would like to like work through that. I wrote down discover my sense of style. I feel like I know what my sense of style is, but like I just realized that y'all can barely like see my actual like eyes. Should I move closer to the camera? I just filmed like a whole 20-minute video, and I just, whatever, we're not gonna focus on that. No, I don't. Discovering my sense of style, meaning again, as I was saying before, like getting more comfortable in like femininity, how I want to dress, how I want to be presented, how I want to be perceived. Because my motto before was, do not perceive me. But like, you know, I want to be seen, and I want to feel comfortable in the way that I am seen. I feel like I talk a lot to myself about how I used to be in high school, and obviously I said it already in the video, but I feel like I was a lot more comfortable in how I was and how I dressed and how I behaved, to the point that my sister would always be like, Janae, I really like your style, I like how you dress, and I was always just like, wait, what? You like how I dress? I loved like wearing like colors, I liked patterns, I liked things that kind of flowed, I like some tight little booby things every now and then. I feel like I was a lot more expressive and a lot more comfortable in the way that I was wearing my fits. That was before I went into what I am kind of discovering was a cult. I read the book Cultish, and I realized that I was in a cult. Not gonna do a video about it, but like, I've just went through like a whole period where I was feeling really uncomfortable about myself, comfortable with my body, and comfortable with how I just did everything. So I'm trying to work my way through that, and in doing so, I would like to discover my own sense of style. And I also want to learn how to do makeup looks. This is like a really tiny little thing that I did. It's really, lip liner, black lip stain. I did mascara, and I put a little bit of concealer under my eyes because I had darkness under my eyes, which is really weird why it was happening today, but it was there, so I put a little concealer under there. But for the most part, I just want to like learn how to do like really chill, classic makeup looks, nothing too wild. But then also I do kind of want to learn some wild makeup looks in case like Halloween comes up and I want to like not have to ask my big sister to help me with my makeup. And yeah, I want to build a comfortable and safe home. I already said that before. I want to create a dream home, a home that just makes me feel like warm and loved, that I can bake, that I can cook, that it's not like too chaotic. The home that I have been in for the past 26 years, the home that I grew up in, has a lot of chaos, has a lot of toxicity, has a lot of trauma. There are so many points in this house where I can be like, I was punched in the face here, I was blah 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 here. Like I have so many like really terrifying moments that I've had in this house that I always have to suppress. And I'm looking forward to moving out and creating a safe and comfortable space for me. I've only been here so long because I care far too much about people, and I need to work on that. Anyways, again, I want to live abroad for 6 months. I feel like that would just be a really fun and amazing experience. I say 6 months because that was like me like kind of giving a minimum as to how long I would like to be away. But I would really actually like to move overseas, move abroad. I do not like the States. The more anyone ever talks about the stuff that they experience here in the States, I'm just like, I don't want to be here. Like, I really have moments where I'm like, I could be here. This is fine. And then someone will be like, yeah, so I was pregnant, and I said that I needed this thing, and the doctor said, you can't have this thing because of blah, blah, blah. Or I went to the doctor for like 2 seconds, and I got billed for breathing. Or I talked to a police officer once, and they asked me to go down to the station, and they booked me for 30 days and I couldn't get out, and I had bail of like $10 million. Like just really like wild stuff. Like, I mean, this is just me exaggerating stories that I've heard before, but it's just like really absolutely insane stories about being in this country that I'm just like, I can't. This country is absolutely insane, and it always gets even more insane every time I hear about it. I don't, no. I'm good off this country. So I really like to be overseas, because this place is crazy. Anyways, I want to run a marathon. I want to train. I want to run. I want to do all the things, and then run a whole ass Marathon. Why did I say it like that? That was really intense, but I do really want to run a marathon. My sister ran one back in like, I think 2019, 2018. And it was just like, that is so cool. I want to do that so bad. But I have not trained. I have not done anything to move forward into training for a marathon. It goes in with the body dysmorphia, feeling uncomfortable in my body, and like having to go to the gym or running outside. Like, people are going to perceive, people are going to ask questions. I want to be more comfortable with being perceived, with being seen. Because again, I was not always like this. I was not always someone who was so uncomfortable with being seen, with being acknowledged, with being desired. But cult. Yeah, I want to do kickboxing for 6 months. Kickboxing, boxing, either or, both. I want to fight. I want to fight, and I want to train for an extended amount of time. 6 months is, again, a minimum. It's a minimum. Not saying that after 6 months I'm just going to be like, I quit now. I'm going to keep it up. But I want to say 6 months so that, you know, I can get myself in the habit and being like, okay, well, you started and now you have to be consistent in order for you to achieve this thing that you wanted to do on your 30 before 30. So keep it up. And on that line, I'm also going to include like yoga / Pilates. And on this, like, I want to do that consistently for 6 months. My everything's gonna be tight. Everything is gonna be tight, bro. And then going back to, I want to be fluent in Spanish and French. Again, I'm a lot more fluent in French than I am in Spanish, but you know, things can change. I want to be financially stable and secure, which will come with doing what I love, being published, having successful business, you know, yada yada. I gotta work on my business plan. Gotta work on, you know, dotting all the T's and I's and dotting my I's and crossing my T's. Got you. I want to try axe throwing. I want to go snowboarding. I want to own a dog. I want to fall in love with someone amazing. And these are things that I've already written on the last list that I just like put back here. Well, some of it. Finish my own novel. Finish my novel. You know what? I'm gonna put. Wait, this is my 30 before 30, so I'm just gonna put finish my novel. But in my 30s, I want to finish the series. Embrace my femininity. I want to create a podcast. I have a couple podcasts that I want to create that I've been mulling over for forever. I have a podcast that I want to do with my sister. I want to do the 32 Orchard Street podcast and actually make those characters into like actual like podcast story. I think that would be really great. I also want to create a nerdy podcast that's just me talking about all the nerdy shit that I enjoy and, you know, have fun talking about. And that's not like just like Marvel or DC or anime. I also want to talk about the books that I like, all the stuff that I hyper focus about. And I really just, because the thing is that like I get really excited about stuff that I watch, stuff that whatever. And I'll go to my sister and I'll be like, oh my God, Tajana, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like talking her fucking ear off. And I'll continue talking her ear off for the next couple days. She don't know what the hell I'm talking about because she don't watch none of the things that I watch. So it's just me over explaining everything that happened in this TV show versus me pulling up a podcast or creating a podcast with other people who listen, who also watch the thing. And we can all just discuss it together. You know, that would be really cool. Not that my sister does not enjoy when I ramble. She really likes when I ramble. But I think it'll be really cool if I also had a community of people who enjoyed my rambles, you know? All right, next thing we have is buy the one-way ticket somewhere, you know? I think that would be quite lovely. I want to go on a best friend trip. So my best friends and I go on a nice trip all together. And it's probably going to be like my Purchase peeps, my friends that I made at Purchase. And then I also want to have like other annual trips with friends. Like my friend and I, we want to do like annual like autumnal / Christmassy trips together because we both absolutely love this time of year. And we went on one trip back in 2020 and I wanted it to be like an annual thing for 2021, but I just started up a new job and she didn't have a job at the time, I don't think. Or maybe it was just starting up, like things were a lot really new and it wasn't like we can go on vacation now, so we just didn't end up going anywhere, but yeah, we'll see. The next one, I want to deal with my trauma. I know that all of my trauma, everything is not going to be like completely dealt with in the next 3 years, but I would like to like go to a trauma specialist so I can process a lot of the things that I just haven't processed. I feel like it'll definitely start with me like leaving this home for me to like, you know, finally deal with some things, you know. But I really would like to work on that, and I would also like to possibly see an ADHD specialist to, and that's kind of like not needed, but I feel like it'll be cool to see one and see if I can learn anything new with an ADHD specialist. I want to work on having a jewelry collection. I really want to be that girl that has like a lot of like really fun and cool jewelry pieces that look just like really fun, but also like super elegant. I think that would be really nice. I want to work on my spirituality. I want to better understand tarot and astrology. I really enjoy it, and I would really like to learn a lot more about it. And before anyone like gets all like wild and crazy, I take everything with a grain of salt. Everything with a grain of salt. I just feel like it's a really interesting thing that I can look into and study. There's a lot of resources on it, and so I would like to further work on my studies and see if it's anything is true, anything's false. I just want to, you know, get a lot more into that. I also want to finish my data analysis and digital marketing and e-commerce classes that I've been taking on Coursera, and I would actually like to put those things into practice in regards to my own business. What else do I want to do? I want to learn how to code. You know, I should write these down because I actually did not write them down. So 25, finish course. And I actually forgot immediately what I said. Oh, learn to code. I feel like I said something before before the finish the courses and the jewelry collection, and after the jewelry collection, but I don't remember what it was. I want to spend a lot more time with my nieces and nephews. Quality time. I'm gonna say with fam because I don't know. I love my peeps. I would like to spend more time with them. Quality time. I feel like a lot of things get in the way of us spending time with each other and getting to know each other in different ways. And I would like to nourish those relationships and make sure that they flourish. I have 3 more things to go. 3 more things on this list, and I don't want to add up what I already written. So let's look around. I want to get some Megan knees. I want to get Meg Thee Stallion knees again. My job made it so that my Meg knees are no longer Meganing. I had Meg knees, girl. I could drop it low. And now my knees be hurting when I walk around. My knees hurt when I walk down the stairs. I don't like it. I don't like it. I need to get back to having my Meg knees. Okay. Now, I think I need like 1 or 2 more things. I want to have a nice... Is that before 30? I want a big thing. Like, I want a dramatic thing. And I know that I didn't... Oh, I want to finish the Doctor Who scarf. Okay, so story behind the scarf. My best friend Miriam, she put me on to Doctor Who. She passed away in 2020. I'm not gonna get into the story of that, but I started out one scarf last December, November, and I just stopped because it wasn't. Ugh. I started crocheting the scarf last year. I started it out, but I didn't like how it was coming out. I mean, this is it. This is how it started coming out. And I mean, I could have easily fixed a lot of the things that were wrong as I was going along, but I kind of just like kept moving. And so instead, I just decided to start up another one, and I'm starting up with a different pattern. I literally just started this yesterday, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I want to finish it. I want to finish the whole entire scarf. I want it to be long and drawn out and to wrap it around my neck dramatically, and I cannot wait until the scarf is done. I want to work through it all throughout however long. And because I feel like I said something between jewelry collection and the finished courses that I just didn't write down, I feel like I shouldn't add an extra one, but I feel like I also should add an extra one in case I did not actually say anything. Let's see. I want to go. Oh, I didn't include the trip to Paris with my sister. But it's not even that. I want to go to a trip to Paris, but I also want to go to Japan and go to the Universal. It doesn't necessarily have to be with my sister, though I would like to go with my sister, but yeah. I want to travel, bro. I want to travel, bro. I want to see the stuff. I'm ready to see the stuff. I want to travel and see the world. I do know that I only have 3 years and 3 months for me to finish everything on this list, and I know that's pretty ambitious, so we'll see how it goes. But I think that I can accomplish a lot of these things. I think that it just takes me putting a lot more energy into myself again. Did I already put own a dog again? Because yeah, I did. Okay. So we got 3 years to work on this thing. I also need to work on actually saving money. I feel like that will be a really great one during this couple so-and-so, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm definitely going to vlog a lot of like the things that I do actually do. Like when I go snowboarding, when I try axe throwing, going on the trips with my friends, training for a marathon. I think that would be a fun series that we can do together, as well as kickboxing and how I actually learn and understand Spanish and French. And a lot of writing vlogs are coming through, so you know, we'll see. We'll see. If you guys let me know, like after hearing everything about the list, everything that I really want to do, if there's anything that you guys want to see me do, if you guys want to follow along with anything, let me know. And yeah, let's do this. We got 3 years and 3 months. I got this shit.